On September 11th, 2001, two planes were flown into the Twin Towers of New York City, i.e. the World Trade Center towers, in what was a horrific day that I still remember a lot from, where I was and what I was doing that day and everything, and my heart really goes out to the families who were affected by this, and it's like probably somebody in any part of New York City had some kind of connection, knew somebody who knew somebody, or anything like that, who either died or was injured in the attacks. I really love America. I'm from the States, and I really do like this country, and I really think it was noble how everybody just united and everybody wanted to help each other on such a terrible occasion and stuff, and people were actually, it was of course panic and stuff with planes hitting buildings, for God's sakes, but I mean, despite all that panic and everything, people were helping each other and people were relatively moving out in an orderly fashion and stuff out of the building, and just the heroism of people, and I don't know, it's just I'm overcome with a lot of emotions. I've heard phone calls that were recorded from people that were trapped inside the buildings and stuff like that, and I mean the attack is just terrible, and I really do have a lot of resentment for that. But I do like to try to focus on the fact that we were united as a people and stuff, and I think that, America is an easy target among, the international community and stuff like that. A lot of other countries, have quite an anti-American sentiment, and I'm not going to say that America is better than any other country, because I don't truly believe that it is. I don't believe that any country is better than any other country, because I believe that it's everybody else's opinion to decide that. But my personal opinion is just that I really do love America, and for me, it's, it's the place that I want to live, and I absolutely love living here. Every single country has its own problems too, so you know what I mean? So I'm not trying to say any kind of American elitism through this message, but rather I'm just trying to emphasize how much the day actually means to me, and how much the events of September 11th back in 2001 actually do mean to me, and how important this is, and even if I don't live in New York City. On the actual day of September 11th in 2001, I can remember again where I was that day, and I visited about, it was in 2011 when I visited the World Trade Center Tribute Center, basically the Memorial Center, and they actually have these cards where you can write down your thoughts, and you basically just talk about how have you either been changed by the events of September 11th, or what kind of action can you take to help, or just share your story. So I actually wrote down on one of those cards, and I'll go ahead and throw it up here on this video, but just to read it off, I said, I remember being in school after just having started 9th grade, high school, and in my very first class, I sat down and heard every student around me asking our teacher to turn on the news because obviously something huge had just occurred. The whole day felt heavy with emotion as I saw classmates in shock. I was walking downstairs with someone I hardly knew, and she said, I can't believe what happened. When I got home that afternoon and my parents came home from work, I hugged them as tight as I could. I told them how much I loved them and how fortunate we are to be together. Now, every time I hear a story about a family losing one or more members in the attack, it makes me cry the most, more than any other story. Please cherish your family and do not take them for granted. Love, from Austin, Texas. So visiting that tribute center made it all more real, it was that much more emotional for me and everything, and I've always thought about this, when 9/11 comes around, for better or for worse. So I'm going to announce something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I didn't really have a good vehicle to do so until now. What I've always wanted to do was to donate to one of the organizations that was there on the actual day and for probably months to come after that. That would be the Red Cross. I've always wanted to donate. They took numerous blood donations that very same day, and I'm sure days after that, and there was just so much relief effort with the Red Cross. So I thought, okay, what can I do? I don't really make a whole lot of money in my life, and I have bills out the wazoo, obviously, that I have to pay for, being that I'm an adult and everything, and I have responsibilities like that. But I did want to announce today something small that I could do. Here on September 11th, 2013, I'm going to announce that I will be donating all of my earnings from the month of September here in 2013 from my channel to the Red Cross. I obviously don't expect it to be a huge donation, but I do expect it to be in the triple figures of US dollars. Now, what can you, the subscriber, do to also participate with me? Well, I mean, I don't expect that any of you would do this, but I will also take a donation of any amount from you, the subscribers, and I will add it to the overall total at the end of the month. So it'll be an amalgamation of everything. So what I earn from the YouTube channel and then whatever everybody else puts in. If you guys don't put in anything, that's fine. You know, I'm just saying that if you do want to donate to this cause, then we'll tack that on to my total. So that'll just make it a larger total overall, which will be great. You know, the more the merrier, of course. But I will say there will be another benefit for you. For every donation made by a subscriber, you'll receive this certificate signed by myself, Dr. Kendo, honoring your generosity. I'll even customize your certificate with a Scribblenauts image of your favorite game character and add it in there above the drawing of me so that, you know, you can see your favorite character, even if I haven't done it on a Scribblenauts commentary or anything yet. I will also post on the Dr. Kendo Commentaries Facebook and Twitter pages every time that someone does make a donation, if there is any donations, and I'll specify something about it, probably, you know, the amount that was donated or something like that, so that people can keep track of this and they'll see that I'm not just hoarding the money for myself or anything. I would honestly never fathom doing something like that, and I'm giving away anything that I earn on the channel, so I'd hope everyone would have more faith in me if that were actually the case and you felt that way. It'll just add another step of legitimacy to it. But a non-monetary thing you can do is just keep viewing my videos, because that's obviously going to get me revenue, so keep viewing, and you know what, tell your friends and tell everybody you can to view them, because that'll just be more revenue thrown into the pile, even if it's just minimal amount. So lastly, I will announce in a video that comes out in November the final amount. So I'll be announcing the final amount of my donation along with everybody else's, if there are any made. Again, I don't really expect you guys to donate, but if you do, then that'll be a great surprise. But the reason it's going to be in November is because since the way my payments are arranged with YouTube, it's that I get the payment for each month 2 months after that particular month is done, i.e. September's payment comes in November, and October's comes in December, and so on. You get the drift. So I'm excited. I mean, you know, I don't want to make a huge deal out of this and whatnot, but it's just something that I thought would be good. Again, I'm not trying to like play it off like I earn thousands and thousands of dollars on YouTube or something like that, but I get paid per 1,000 views, and if you imagine that I get more than 150,000 views each month, you know, you can kind of do the math. I basically get paid something different each month based on what the advertisers are paying within my network. So in my partner network, if they're advertising a lot during the month of September, then obviously I would earn a little bit more than usual. But if they're not advertising a whole lot in September, then I'm going to earn a little bit less per 1,000 views for September. But again, I will try to be as transparent as possible and show you guys as many updates. And again, this is not only something I've been thinking about for a long time, probably even before I had a YouTube channel, but it's also just to honor the families who have suffered from this, you know, and just like to give something back, since, you know, I don't have a whole lot of power in the regards of money or anything like that, so this is the little that I can do. So if you do want to donate, just send me a PM or a comment here, and we'll do it via PayPal. Or if you really want to donate and you don't have a PayPal, we'll talk about some other way to do that. But otherwise, I'll catch you guys on the next vid, and thanks for viewing.